What is up, people? Matt here. So it was requested that I do some more Bleach videos, so I thought I would oblige, and one of the first ones I'm going to do is the top 5 unknown Bankai. So what's the criteria for this list? Well, for starters, obviously we can't know their Bankai. That's pretty much the only criteria, really. Now, the list isn't going to be based on... It's going to be kind of based on, like, what the hell that Bankai could possibly be. So, if I've got literally no freaking clue what it could be, it's going to be right at the top of the list. Whereas if it could be a bit more obvious and there's clues already, it'll be at the bottom of the list. Now, there are many people that still haven't had their Bankai shown, so there will be people on this list that I naturally miss out. I apologise if I do. This is just kind of my top 5 who I most want to see their Bankais. We might see all of these people's Bankais by the end of Bleach. We might not see any of these people's Bankais by the end of Bleach, but that's very unlikely. So this first one's going to be a bit weird because I know a lot of people would have this as their top one to find out. So number 5 is Keisuke Urahara's Bankai. What could it be? Well, a lot of people say that his Zanpakuto is a blood Zanpakuto. I am in the camp that agrees with that. So naturally I think his Bankai has got to have something to do with blood. It could be it drains all the blood out of your body. It could be it fills your whole body up with blood and you just explode. It could be he just uses a like wave of blood that drowns people. It could be, you know, it could be anything like that. That's why I put it kind of right at the bottom, because it's going to be blood Zanpakuto based, I'm pretty sure, and there's already evidence there. So that's why he's kind of right at the bottom. It might not be, because Keisuke is one of those people, he says one thing and then something else fucking happens. It could be totally, he could be like the first person to have a completely unrelated Bankai to his actual Zanpakuto, which would be quite weird. Maybe he modified it like Mayuri, who knows. Number 4 is Shunsui Kyoraku's Bankai. Again, it's kind of been heavily hinted about what his Bankai could possibly be. When he used his Shikai against Coyote Stark in the fake Kurokara town, obviously he was actually about to Bankai, but Jushiro stopped him and said, you know, you can't show this here. There's people about. So obviously his Bankai must have some sort of area of effect. Presumably, I have a feeling it's going to be just a more pumped up Shikai, like instead of just having one person having to play his game, he puts everyone in the area into it and he makes up the rules or something like that. And then something ridiculous like only one person can like come out alive. I don't know how that would work, but that's maybe why he couldn't use it in Karakura Town, because everyone was there. Another thing to mention quickly with Keisuke Urahara's Bankai, he said to Renji his Bankai isn't suitable for training. So obviously it's got to be a very offensive Zanpakuto, I imagine. So that's another hint of what his could possibly be. I think Urahara's and Shinsui's could be quite similar. Number 3, Yoruichi Shihoin. We don't even know her Shikai. We don't even know what our Zanpakuto's called. And we definitely don't know what her Bankai is. She's definitely got all that. You see it in the Pendulum Isle. You actually see her Zanpakuto. She carries it around with her. But we've got no idea because she never used it. So what the hell could it possibly be? We don't know. It could be something like Soyphone's got. I very much doubt it is. It could be, who knows. I haven't got a clue about Yoruichi at all. That's why I kind of put her in the middle, because I've just got no clue whatsoever on what hers could be. So number 2, we've got Jushiro Ukitake's Bankai. We know his Shikai, and there's the logic going on that every Shikai and Bankai are related somehow. But Jushiro's Shikai is it kind of absorbs and then he can shoot it back. So what could his Bankai possibly be like that? Maybe he absorbs the attack into his body and shoots it out. That'd be crazy. Or maybe he absorbs it and it actually heals him. I don't know. It could be something like that. But Jushiro's a bit of a weird one as well, because we might not even see his Bankai. He might die before he shows it, and I'll be really fucking pissed off if that happens. Because Jushiro is actually one of my favourite captains. But he's one of the ones he could be the next one to die, which is a bit shit. But I mean, you know. So yeah, Jushiro's, it could be. I imagine it will be another kind of absorption, reflection. But it could be something like that. I imagine it probably is. So number one. Now, if you know Bleach, you'll probably know who I'm talking about, because this is one that none of us can really. I don't think any of us will get this right. Everyone can make their own guess, and everyone will still be wrong. So number one, Sosuke Aizen's Bankai. Right. Well, we know his Shikai, his real Shikai ability is kind of illusion. So as soon as he releases it, if you see his Zanpakuto released, you're immediately in the illusion. I don't know if he can stop it when he wants, or if it's just permanent until he dies, or maybe when his Zanpakuto got broken, it released everybody. I'm not too sure. But what could his Bankai be? Well, once again, if we're going by every Shikai and Bankai related, his Bankai will have to have something to do with illusion or that sort of area. The only possible reasonable thing I can think of is he can take over total control of his enemy forever, or for however long he wants to do it, which would be fucking OP, because he could just take over control of them and then get them to kill themselves, and that'd be fucking it. But I think that's the only possible thing he could have. Now this is going to sound a bit weird, and this might never happen, but I think he might Bankai, take over Ichigo, and then attack everybody with Ichigo, which would be fucking mental, because I'm not really up to date wholly with the manga, but people are saying that Ichigo could take on like all the captains, which sounds fucking mental. He probably can, to be honest, but I think if Ichigo were to be controlled by Aizen and he had all his abilities still, if Ichigo can beat Juha Buck, I'm pretty sure Ichigo could beat like everyone in the Soul Society on his own, which would be a bit fucking mental. But that's the only real possible thing I can really think of for Aizen's Bankai, if that kind of makes sense. I mean, he might not even have a fucking Bankai. People were saying shit like, oh, he just made it look as if he had a Bankai to become a captain. That would be fucking mental as hell. Because I mean, if he didn't even have a Bankai, but he was that fucking powerful, his Bankai would just fucking, I don't even know. You know, I don't know at this point. I've got no clue. But that was pretty much my top 5 unknown Bankai. I know I missed out a lot of people's. Kenpachi. I didn't put Kenpachi on the list. I don't think he even might get a Bankai. He's got his Shikai now. Nozarashi or whatever it is. But will he be given a Bankai? I don't know. I mean, he could, but then he'd just fucking break the whole of the Soul Society, which wouldn't be a particularly good ending to Bleach. Other people's Bankai, I can't think of any, to be honest, right at the moment. We know pretty much a lot of the captains. Yeah, I can't really think of any. Has Shinji's Bankai been shown? Because his Shikai is like the reflection, isn't it? So I don't know if his Bankai's been shown, but that'd be quite interesting. But I think that's about it, really. Yeah, that's about it. So, as always, thank you for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye now.